My sense of humour is unique,
I love it. I love your sense of humour, darling.
Welcome to JoOnTheGo. Today I'm with the fabulous Andreas Wild, hairdresser, darling hairdresser, German hairdresser who's been in London for 20 years. And 15 years at John Frieda.
Yep.
Who you're also ambassador for in Germany.
Yeah, for the product side.
For the products.
Yeah.
And now he's with the wonderful Larry King salon.
Yes.
In Notting Hill or both?
Notting Hill only. Yeah, they just
opened
there in November.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
Yeah.
It's very different to John Frieda.
So, what made you move?
It's a good question. I think I just needed a change. I think with Larry, because he's 41 years old and it's his kind of, not baby, it's the wrong word, but he's so involved. And it kind of gives you like a passion and a pride, and it's kind of, it's just different to work with someone. Yeah. You know? So I think that was one of the main reasons that I just needed the change. I thought after 15 years, I just thought, you know what, it's time to take on a new challenge.
And you worked on Germany's Next Top Model, didn't you?
Oh yes, that was funny. Last year.
TV star extraordinaire.
Well, okay. I guess you could say so.
Extraordinaire.
Well, stop it. No, don't.
Never thought.
No, so yeah, I did it last year in January. They flew me to LA. I was there for a week, which was great. I've never been before, and we were filming. And I mean, they didn't show that much, sadly, because it's a reality TV show, and two girls had a big argument in the house, and that took literally over.
Really?
But I had a great. I mean, they will never forget me because I didn't realize that I was wearing a microphone like this, and I thought when they say cut, you are off, but you are not. So, and I remember that I was kind of saying something about a girl, it's like, oh, she's got no hair. Or it was just all like this little thing. And then at some point, someone came over and said, you do realize we can hear everything you say. And I was like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. So it was me. Anyway, so.
You kind of think, at what point, how much had I said before they decided to say that?
That's why I'm medication now, because I don't want to think about it, what I said. No, I said a few things. I said a few things. No, anyway, so.
Is it the German in you, that sort of black and white, direct?
I think I'm quite a very strange mixture now. Because sometimes I feel more English, which I'm quite pleased about.
Well,
when it comes to queuing or running up to the airplane, like the most of my German people do to get on the plane.
So you don't throw your towel on the...
I've never went on a holiday. I had to do that, Joe.
Okay.
Thank you.
Private villa extra.
But it always is a very good joke, because if I want to jump a queue, someone says there's a queue, it's like, yes, I'm German, we don't queue. Or like, if there's a salon, I always do that. But you know, sometimes in the salon, I mean, used to at John Frieda quite a lot, when you didn't get a seat, I always put a handbag there. When someone said something, I was like, it's like the German towel, get over it. It's just a handbag, you know what I mean? So at Larry's we are less people now, so I don't have to do the handbag throw. You know,
or like pull out the drawer of my brushes.
My brushes.
Don't touch my brushes.
Don't you dare, it's my seat.
Why is it? Is it that your tools are so particular to you that if someone dare borrow?
Because it's like an extension from your hand. It's like it's you know, I think it's like if you have a round brush or something, you kind of get so used to it.
Yeah.
Because you know exactly what it does. You work with it for so long, and they get better and better with age. Yeah. The brushes and the combs, and it's just really important. So I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, maybe some people would disagree when someone touches my stuff that I'm not that relaxed about.
No, I've seen some really hostile ones. I've never seen you do it, but it's like very territorial.
I hide it quite well.
I love it.
I think at Larry's they were quite. Yeah. Sebastian actually said that that's quite a cute story. When he walked me to work the first day, Sebastian is my husband, and he said to me, I wouldn't give 100%, just give 70%, that's maybe enough. I called a friend and she said, just give 35, which was slightly rude, I thought. 35% of me, I thought that is very rude. So I walked in and I could see, there was this Spanish guy who started with me, and he just looked at me, and he's like, I need to up my game. And I said, see, please do, darling. That's what he said. I need to up my game. And I was like, yep. So I think I gave maybe 90%. I think I gave 90% already. And now it's too late.
I love it. It's too late. Oh God. Oh my God. Honestly, going into the salon and seeing this gorgeous face the other side. Even if the appointment's not with you, it brightens your day.
Oh, I would scream across the salon.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
What's the juiciest gossip you ever overheard while doing hair?
I got a lot of juicy gossip because I do talk about sex a lot with my clients. Yeah, I do. But it's quite interesting to talk about.
Yes.
And they quite open up to me, funny enough.
Funny that.
You know, yeah.
I think
But one of
mostly
the
why-
funniest thing, I mean, it's like my client. I've got this thing, right? When you show me your phone, you show me a picture, I go like this all the time. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So I ended up
nosy.
in this really, really, really naughty picture. I think you guess what I mean, from my client's husband.
Yes.
Very
Yeah.
naughty picture. So I threw the phone away and I was so like, first of all I was like, ooh, and I was like, oh, wow, ooh. And then I was so embarrassed, I walked away. And then she said, oh, he always does that because when he goes on a business trip, he wants to see him, or he wants me to know, but I'm missing not to go with someone else. You know what I mean? No, then the problem was actually because then he came to the salon and he picked it up a few times and I couldn't look at him. Because I've seen too much, you know what I mean? I
Just look down there.
No, I didn't. No, I was like this, literally, hi, I'm Andreas, nice to meet you. That was it, really, that was it.
I've heard so much about you. I've seen even more.
Yeah, I've seen a lot. Well done, well done. You're German now. Oh my
So
God.
what would you say is your, do you have a signature look? What's the wild one?
I think it's quite a natural look. I think I do love natural hair. I love working with my clients that they don't. I mean, it always depends because lots of clients want to look like they've been to the hairdressers, but I think the most of my clients, they come to see me because they don't want to look like that. I think it always depends, you know, what you want a hairstyle for and all of that. But yeah, I would describe me as a very natural hairdresser. I mean, yeah, like very soft lines and just very soft with the blow dries. I don't like it too done.
Because he does a beautiful blow dry. I mean, obviously you do whatever's required, but that's just this lovely kink, and like you've just stepped off a beach, even though you're just going back to work.
It's all about a kink. I like
It's all
a
about a
kink.
kink.
It's all about a kink.
It's all about kink.
That's a talent, actually. That's the.
So, do you have an ultimate blow dry secret you could share?
Ultimate blow dry secret is there's always this line, this moment where you need to stop blow drying. I think a lot of women over blow dry their hair. That's why the hair gets frizzy. It's just like, I think there's a word for it which I don't know. I get back to you on the word. You know, let me just call a friend. I'll ask the audience for that.
Do you know the word?
Called? Do you know? Do you know the
Do
word?
I know
There is
the
this
word?
moment. Mr. Driver, do you know the word for when you stop blow drying? Anyone? Bus driver.
He knows. Oh,
He
he's
knows.
there.
Yes, he knows.
Sorry,
No,
yeah.
there's this moment basically when you would over blow dry your hair. So it's rather better. It's actually to go back to the section and try a little bit more if you feel like it's still damp.
Okay.
I think.
Because I thought hair got, particularly mine, if I don't blow dry it properly, so if I do it myself and I don't have the patience to let it go all the way, then it goes kinky and irritating.
No, you need to blow dry it dry, but not over blow dry.
Yeah, so not
because there
like
is
all
just
losing
this
daylight.
moment, which the word I don't know.
Sweet
You know.
spot.
Dry spot, something like that.
He's been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
I'm not a hairdresser.
Yeah, over blow dry.
Here we go.
Yeah.
How to avoid a bad hair day?
Obviously have a great haircut. I think that's guess you're right. No, I think it's all about a haircut. And also, you know what it is, and I really, really, really mean this now. It's like, and I say it to so many journalists, that you always have to just sit down with your clients and really talk to them. And as a client, just use me, just ask all the questions you need. I love it when clients call me up 3 days later. I never take that as a criticism and say, I love the haircut, but I don't know what to do with it. And then I would normally say, come back in if you can. Or these days, I FaceTime a lot with them and I talk them through it, which is quite cool because obviously you use this whole technology now. And because sometimes, obviously, I see it and I can do it in a different way. That's why I think I would describe myself as a natural hairdresser, because I love when clients can do it themselves.
Yeah.
When I go to see clients at parties or whatever, and I go, who did your hair? And when they say, oh, I did it myself, I love that. When they actually get it done.
Because it's also more of a compliment to your cut.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think just to teach them, or I sometimes say to clients, you know, bring your own tools in, bring your tongs in, or your straightening irons in. I'll show you with your, you know, your own things you've got at home.
But the purpose of JoOnTheGo's is to talk to wonderful people like you who make people feel good.
Yeah.
And nothing, well, pretty much, makes you feel better than instantly having a great hair day. You just feel confident.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I really think so. That it's such a, and it also obviously it stays with you for 6-7 weeks. You know what I mean? After the haircut, it's kind of like it is a daily thing. And I think also I say to clients, you know, like just when you want to feel extra special, just treat yourself and go to the hairdresser and get it blow dry. Actually, I had a client and she decided this year, she said, you know, I decided now I come once or twice a week, I come to you for a blow dry. That's my newest resolution now.
Because the ease that you then buy yourself for the week.
Yeah,
is,
exactly.
Yeah,
and also it makes her more confident, she said. She walks into a meeting and she feels more powerful.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true. Because it's like, yeah, when you talk to someone and say, oh, I haven't washed it, or it's a little bit greasy. And it's different if you're like, yeah, boom, boom. That's me doing long hair.
What would be your 5 kit essentials? Is 5 a good number, or should I say 3? 3 or 5?
5 is quite a lot.
Okay, 3.
I think I would.
3. Your 3 kit essentials.
Tongs.
Tongs. Are they straight? Do you have a straight edge, or are they round?
They're round.
Okay.
So I use the barberless tongs with the clipping. I don't open the clip a lot. I just wrap it around like this. But I think that is something you can just fresh up on a daily basis. Like even if you don't wash your hair, because you get a kink in, you can make it more shiny. You can make it smoother, and it's fashion. You know what I mean? It works. I think it's definitely.
Yeah.
I do use a Dyson blow dryer because I just love the whole effect it's got and the airflow, and it is much quicker and it's much less noisy and all of that.
What's your third?
Hairspray.
Hairspray.
There's one hairspray from John Frieda. And it's a sheer blonde hairspray, and I love that one.
Do you think clients are getting ruder because they're always on their phone?
No.
No.
I think clients getting busier. Everyone is just so busy. But to be honest, because I'm German, I'm quite demanding. I mean, I would not allow that my clients cross their legs when I'm cutting hair. I can't do it. I can't. If I say I can't one more time, then I can't talk anymore. Yeah. No, but that's a big thing for me. So I think when I got new clients who've been sent in from friends or the other clients, they sit like this. And I'm like, are you alright? They're like, yeah, my friend told me not to move because you are a German hairdresser. No, I don't like to crossing the legs, and I also ask my clients to not be on their phone, especially by the end of the hair. If it irritates me or if it interrupts with my work, to give them the 100% best, then I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
No, absolutely.
Say, would you mind to not be on your phone right now?
One well-known hairdresser, who shall remain nameless, but I will divulge one day, he told me he yanks them on the back of the head to make them pull the head up away from the phone.
That's a little bit harsh.
I thought it was quite funny. He said it with a laugh, but he wasn't joking. His face was like...
Serious?
Yes, because he finds it really rude for people to be on their phone while they're in the salon.
Yeah.
Because
I think
for
that
that case
sometimes
of you're paying for me to be here, why not?
Sometimes I'm quite surprised how relaxed clients are with that they cross their legs and they would eat and they would whatever.
Yeah.
And then they just don't care if it's a wonky haircut.
I feel bad reaching for my coffee quite often, so I usually let it go cold.
Oh, that's very cute.
know.
But you could also, I mean, I would allow you to have a sip of your coffee.
Would you?
If it's not too often. Yeah. Or you can have a straw.
A straw.
Yeah.
20s is back in fashion, apparently.
Yeah, lots of bobs. But in a different versions, actually, which is quite nice. But you've seen it a lot, like at the Golden Globes now and the Grammys and all. There is a lot of very, very famous women who cut their hair off.
Yeah.
Which is great because, and that's a story which is quite important to tell. When I trained as a hairdresser in Germany, when I was 17, it was, I think, 4 years ago.
Yes.
And
5.
6.5. And you know, when I trained, I gave people haircuts, or we did give people haircuts, let's say they were asymmetric with like a curl hanging down, or people would ask, who cuts your hair? Because it was such a statement.
Yeah.
And then we got into this whole thing of that a lot of women had very long hair, had very beachy waves, and it all got a little bit similar. Yours is always a little bit rock and roll, so I think you always stand out with the hair color.
That's the nicest thing anyone has ever said about my hair.
you
Rock
see?
and roll. I
Rock
always
and
think
roll.
I'm so boring.
No, but because
it's
of
the
your hair
same.
color and everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because it's not so
I
done.
love you. I love you more.
That's what they
Who
teach
doesn't
in
love a
Germany in
compliment?
hairdressing
Yes,
school, what you said.
complimenting.
Rock and roll always works, sexy always works, tick, tick, tick. Yeah, so, and now I actually think I do try to kind of do some more statement haircuts, you know what I mean? To kind of like that when women walk down the street, they get stopped and say, oh, you know, who cut your hair?
Yeah.
And I think that is what happens now with a lot of celebrities, that people come in and have a picture of, you know, Mark Rabo or like a lot of people who cut their hair short. You know, Charlize Theron, she's got this really short haircut now, and clients come in and they say, "Would that suit me?" So, which is always great because they do influence people a lot.
Yeah.
So,
And also, unlike influencers, you are so used to their faces that it's an interesting thing that celebrities often say is that hence the reason magazine covers matter. It's like people engage with them more because they think they know them like a friend because they're so used to seeing their face. So then
I mean,
when
that's
they
the
make
thing
a
when you
change-
meet celebrities. I mean, you must have met so many celebrities in your career, and it's like you meet them and you actually think you know them. Sometimes I don't know what to ask them because I know where you live, I know who you're married to.
I'm terrible. I gush. Actually, no, that's not true. I like to think I normally meet them because I'm going to interview them, so I've normally done so much research on them that I know them even better than they know themselves. It's quite terrifying.
But then they can turn if you ask the wrong questions.
Well, I normally get them on my side. I remember pulling out a photo to Helen Mirren, and she said, "Oh my God, I haven't seen that for years." I said, "I love your hair," and she was like, "Oh."
You see, it always works. You look
always
very
works.
rock and roll.
Compliment.
Really?
Oh,
Thank
darling.
you, darling. Thank you.
Love that woman. She's so gorgeous.
Oh my God, yeah, I'm obsessed with her. I would love to do her
so
hair. Helen,
nice.
if you're watching, I would love to do
loved
your
you.
hair.
Do you remember me? Do you remember me, Helen?
Do
Love
remember
you.
me? I'm
Paris.
Andreas. Would love
Remember?
to do your hair. We never met, but we will. I have a feeling
For
after
sure.
this we
You'd love
definitely
him.
will.
Love him.
Yeah, we will have a lot of laughter
Absolutely.
and all of that. Helen, see you soon, darling.
You did Claudia Schiffer's hair in her house.
Yes,
Is that right?
Yes.
That's fun.
Yes. That was great fun.
Was it a
And
lot?
she's amazing. I mean, she is so beautiful.
She's so
I always
beautiful.
remember when she had her makeup done, I was literally just staring at her, and she always said, Andreas. I'm like, what? And she said, she's staring at me. Because she is so flawless. And also because she was, listen, I grew up with her. When I trained as a hairdresser 5 years ago when I was 17 in Germany, she was so huge, and with Karl Lagerfeld and all of it. And I remember actually, which is quite funny, I called my mother. She doesn't, Claudia, don't listen if you watch this, don't listen now. But I called my mom from the loo in her house, and I said, Mom, guess where I am? And she said, where? And I said, I'm in Claudia Schiffer's loo. And she said, what are you doing there? And I said, I'm doing her hair, not in the loo. My mother was like, well done, good luck, and hung up. And I was did all I can. It was quite funny. So no, that was amazing to meet
time
her.
of the supers.
Yes. And that's when you realize you live in London. You know, that there's moments where the people I'm very lucky and fortunate to have met and worked with, you kind of have to pinch yourself.
2020 trends. You tell me what's the ultimate tip for each one. Quick fire round.
Sure.
Starting now. Tick, 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 tick. A bob.
Serum.
Why?
Because they smooth out the ends.
Okay, perfect.
But it depends on what kind of bob.
Because I'm a journalist. I like the reason.
Yes,
Okay.
and I give you the reason.
Thank you.
But it depends on what bob you have as well, because if you want to have a kind of a dry-looking bob, then you have a salt spray or something. But that's the sleek bob, which is on trend. Because can I just add a little bit? Because what I think is also the biggest trend for me is that we are actually doing the opposite now. From the kind of really messy, kind of dry-looking hair, now we go for very, very beautiful sleek hair. Because you've seen it a lot. Like really beautiful, shiny blow dries and shiny little bobs. So that's why it's a serum for mine.
Perfect.
That's my final answer, Jo. Thank you.
Thank you. A short crop. The ultimate.
Wax.
Wax. I like it. Putty or wax? Is there a difference? Is putty's more
Yeah, like
sticky, aren't they?
Yeah, not too sticky.
Yeah.
Or like a styling cream, like a heavier styling cream, something like that.
Cool. Do you have a favourite?
I do like Secret Agent actually from John Frieda,
yes,
which is like a kind of a cream, which is it doesn't make the hair too heavy.
Yes.
I tried everything, and it's like I'm with a cream now because I don't like it sometimes when it's too obvious how much product is in the hair.
Yeah.
You can overdo it.
Natural texture. That's probably curl, isn't it? When people say natural texture.
Yeah, like a curling spray. I mean, like a dream curl spray, or like a light blow drying spray to just give it that natural volume and also bond the hair together that it doesn't go frizzy.
Beach hair.
Salt spray.
Any particular way of using it that you love?
I use it in towel dry hair and let it dry naturally, and also refresh it. Yeah. But my ultimate tip also when it comes to sun hair is always that you use the rest of the sun cream and put that in your hair.
Yes, that's nice.
Because it always kind of gives you the extra
Yeah.
moisture.
Evil sun. A modern shag. We'll talk about hair again.
Yeah. Let's go back. A modern shag. I mean, I like a mousse, to be honest. I think the 80s are back with the mousse. I love a mousse. But not too much. And sometimes, as a little party trick as well, I use a mousse and a serum and mix it together.
Okay.
So it gets less crisp. You know, if you lose like a little mousse, just do a two pumps mix it together, you don't get that crispness of a mousse.
So technology still hasn't created that, has it?
I think there are lighter mousses, definitely, but it got by finer hair. You have to be careful that you don't use too much.
Yeah.
And
also I guess it's the freshness of mixing like that.
Exactly, and it also makes it just a little bit more shiny.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bangs.
Love bangs. No product if you can.
No product.
No. Because the thing is, because it sits on your skin, you know, and a lot of times it goes
oily.
greasy.
Yeah.
So I think to freshen up with the second day, I would maybe use like a dry shampoo. I mean, obviously, if your hair is very curly, you would put in again a little dream curl spray or like a little bit of a light mousse or like a serum or something. Depends on what hair texture. To find the curl. But for like a straight fringe, if you can, I wouldn't use any product.
Lastly, if you weren't a hairdresser, what would you do?
I think I would be an actor.
You are an actor every day. You lucky thing, you get to do
So salon is my stage. No, I think I would love to be an actor. I'm not so sure, and that's what a lot of people think I would love more, is that being famous, but I'm not sure if I could handle that part. Because I think I'm too moody. I really am. I couldn't handle that attention constantly. I mean, when I walk my friend's dog, bear with that story, that's a good one. It's like she's a beautiful little schnauzer, and when people go up all the time and say, "Oh my God, your dog is so cute," I find it quite irritating after a while. Do you know what I mean? Because I know she is cute. I know. Would you mind now? If you just want to do your thing, you know, and then wherever you are, people would come up to you. I don't think I could handle that.
Yeah.
But I love the way of transforming yourself or being someone different or going into a different century or dressing up. I find it beyond fascinating.
Yeah. Don't you love him? Don't you want to sit in his chair?
Yes.
He's in my chair. Well, his chair.
Yeah, he's like looking. He's like.
It's all about connection.
That's what it is. It really is.
It totally is. And
it really
this guy is one of the best.
You're
Such
so
a joy.
sweet.
It's true. It's
how much?
true.
How many flour? How much do we have to
It's okay, a check. Or actually direct.
I swipe credit cards.
Direct
I
payment
swipe
back.
credit cards.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
You are so kind, but you're a pleasure, darling. I mean, you are so sweet. You're so sweet.
Bye, baby.
Bye, darling. Thank you so much for having me.
coming.
It was enjoying. Thank you, driver. Thank you.
Thank you, London.
Thank you, London. Thank you, people.
Have you got a visa?
I want to thank my family, my mother, my husband, my friend Schnauzer, everybody. Thank you. That's a wrap. Helen, I'll see you soon. Helen. Oh my God, this is brilliant. So funny. Oh, Joe. Can we do it every week now?
Every week. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the love. And do visit my lifestyle website, jogbliving.com, where you'll find our candles and blog and more exciting things to come. The link is below.